Milton S. Hershey was the creator of the Hershey Company. He created an empire without knowing anything at all. As a boy, he grew up moving from town to town, going to 7 different schools within a span of 8 years, and ended up dropping out. When he grew up, he decided he wanted to open up a caramel factory. After trying and failing, then trying and failing again, finally in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, he was able to open up a successful caramel factory. As time went on, he decided he wanted to do something different, something that no one has ever done before. He wanted to coat his caramels with milk chocolate coating. No one in the United States has ever tried making milk chocolate. He wanted to do as the Swiss did and create a perfect tasting milk chocolate recipe. And after a method of trial and error, he finally succeeded and made a perfect recipe for milk chocolate. His new creation was a hit for everyone. Eventually, he wanted to open up a new factory. This factory just happened to be the Hershey Company. When he realized the Hershey Company was doing so well, he decided he wanted to sell the caramel factory for $1 million and focus just on the chocolate factory. He created a town called Hershey, Pennsylvania, where all of his workers could live. He set standards, values, and made sure all of his employees felt safe and secure. Hershey's mission was and still is to bring sweet moments of Hershey happiness to the world every day. All of this information I found on the Hershey Company website, and I believe that Hershey Company does a very good job at completing their mission. As we all now know, Hershey wanted to be a good boss to his employees, so he built a town so that his employees could be housed, have churches, schools, parks, and many other things essential for life. One way that Catherine, his wife, and Hershey himself used their wealth was to create a school that was at first only meant for orphan boys. Later on, girls were added to the school. Without this school, kids wouldn't have been able to make a life for themselves that was successful because of this school. He made sure that everyone was treated fairly and was comfortable in the environment that was provided to them. He believed, along with the more forward-thinking industrialists of the age, that workers who were treated fairly and who lived in a comfortable, pleasant environment would be better workers. And since Hershey didn't want his workers to just live boring, miserable lives, he decided to add an amusement park. This amusement park was filled with a zoo, bowling alleys, amusement park rides, a swimming pool, and a playground. Milton S. Hershey was a very successful man for one reason. That reason is partially because he brought milk chocolate into our world, but that wouldn't exist without his employees. If he didn't treat his employees right, he wouldn't have a company still. Later on, Hershey decided he wanted to do something else for his community. When I was doing my research online, I read on Pennsylvania State University's website that Hershey thought it would be a good idea to donate $50 million and some land to Pennsylvania State University. With this money, Pennsylvania State University decided to build a medical center for all their students to go through. This establishment was beautiful and well appreciated by staff and students. With that being said, Hershey had a few trust funds. It started off with $60 million to the school's trust fund, with that receiving from the Hershey Company and the Hershey Entertainment and Resorts Company. Eventually, they added on the junior college, and what they did for Pennsylvania State University was also a trust fund. During World War II, Hershey wanted to do something for our soldiers, so he came up with this plan to create a milk chocolate bar that would endure the environment our soldiers were about to go into. These bars could handle temperatures up to 120 degrees Fahrenheit and would last underwater for up to an hour packaged. They called these bars Field Ration D. When the Persian Gulf War came about, they produced the same bar with the same name, but they would last up to 140 degrees Fahrenheit. This bar contained nutrients that our soldiers needed to survive in the harsh environment. So Hershey didn't just do this just to make himself feel better. He did it for the betterment of the world and his employees. With this factory still alive, he has created thousands and thousands of jobs. He has created an environment where people feel safe. Hershey has built an empire even after trying and failing a couple times. Hershey never gave up. He kept fighting and achieving many dreams and many goals. He set standards, values, and made sure his employees felt safe and secure.